that. There's the motorcade coming in. Bunch of cars with like the American flags and stuff on them. All the undercover cops and stuff. And then randomly, there's an ambulance. There's actually 2 of them. And then 2 more cops after that.
That's what it is. Things now all much bigger. Remember that?
Wow. That was crazy. The C-32A about to departure out here of Hagerstown, no longer at its parking spot. It is taxied down to runway 9 and will be departing here in probably about 1 or 2 minutes. There goes the C-32A. Welcome to the Fairchild Aircraft 100th anniversary. That was actually a couple weeks ago, but today, oh, hold on, let me get my lighting better. Okay, there we go. We have the XNQ-1. This is a one-of-one aircraft over here, and I think it's gonna go right here. I don't know forever, probably not. It's probably gonna go in the bigger hangar, but for right now, I think, well, soon actually, there's an A-10 coming here for the museum. But we also have the Fairchild XNQ-1. We have a bunch of planes all around. And then if we walk a little bit, I brought A-10, so there he is with his signatures. And then over here we have a few A-10s. Let's go ahead and go outside. So soon here in about 2 hours, 2 hours, we're gonna welcome home the Fairchild A-10C 087. As you can see, if we zoom in, you can see it says 087. This is the A-10 that was here last week, but it will be coming back today to stay in the museum forever. Okay, now we are inside the Hagerstown Aviation Museum. Yeah, again. I've done quite actually a few videos on this, but it is very, very cool. We now have a tug with, why does that look like a race car wheel? But a tug now. I don't know if this is here to stay, but this is pretty awesome. A big army truck and a Humvee. And then we have quite a few other big planes. We have the C-82 packet, although in this video you will get a little bit better of a experience because I have my camera instead of my phone, which only has it would only show that, but as you can see the nose and the propeller. So let's walk up the stairs to the C-82 packet, and I'll give you a little lesson on this if there's not someone in here, and there's not. So if we look here, we have some of the stuff. So like there's some chains. We can look in there. I thought the flash would work, never mind. But yeah, we can look like into the nose and stuff. But looking into the nose, we can obviously tell that there's no cockpit. So if we walk this way, CD2 packet, there's only 4 remaining. One in Tucson, one in Tacoma, Washington at McCord, one in Ohio, and this one here in Hagerstown. But as you can tell, the cockpit is right up here. Pretty cool. But now, as you can tell, if there were to be a fire in the cockpit, this would be not very easy to climb out and jump out the plane. And this plane used to be a jet-assisted C-82 packet for TWA. And then these can open up. But it would be very hard to exit the cockpit if there were to be a fire in there. But now, so it has this huge twin boom tail, which looks amazing. And then over here, we have the C-119 boxcar, which is much, much, much more known than the C-82 packet, because the C-82 packet wasn't used much, but it was used actually quite a lot. But for the one reason I was just telling you about, the fire safety, getting out of the cockpit is very hard to do quickly, you now have, this time on this plane, the cockpit right there. And as we can see, it's pretty cool. And then I'm pretty sure like right there is a panel, no, right here is a panel that just drops out and you can jump to the floor in case there was a fire. And now we are on the C-119 boxcar. You can see the A-10, which we will see arrive today, and that's what it can carry. So it can carry all these missiles and bombs and all that stuff, and then that's how many bullets it can actually carry. So then we can walk out of this. So this was Fairchild in their cargo making boxcar, even though this is the boxcar era. They also made the C-123 provider out there, but then they also did some airliners, as in this one right here. This is the Fairchild F-27F, the Friendship. You might know it as the Fokker 50 or 70. It's not 70, Fokker 50. It's a little smaller than the 50, but it is pretty much the same type of plane. We got a little thing you can read, so go ahead and pause if you actually want to read that. And then we can head up the stairs.
That's crazy.
Alright, sorry, we had to wait for some people. It smells like old plane, yeah. But this is the F-27, and then right here you can tell that it gets a lot lower because I can flat palm there. but I can't there. And that is because this is where the wings come together right here. And because if we look out the window, we can see the wings and the landing gear. This is a pretty cool angle. We got the propeller right there. And then this is like the cargo area where they would load all the cargo and all that stuff. And then up here, we have the cockpit.
It's probably supposed to be roped off.
And we can see the overhead panel. And this. Then we can walk all the way back through. We can walk all the way back through. Hold on. And
The bathroom.
the bathroom. The not the best part of the plane, but the funniest for sure. And then we can go down the F-27 stairs. We can walk over to here, where we can go under the tail. And those planes were not just there. I don't think they were. I could be wrong. They could have been there. Oh, were they? Okay. Over here we have, I'm pretty sure an Aeronca A5? Aeronca L3B. I could be saying that wrong as well, but... And then over here we have the Fairchild UC61, PT19 over here. And then we have a blue PT19 over there. And then we can go inside of another Fairchild boxcar or military cargo. So this is a wet paint. Yes, it is still getting painted and stuff. See, it says wet paint. This actually connects right up there. This is the aileron. And they're trying to kind of like repaint some of this stuff, making sure it looks, making sure it looks all okay and all that stuff. And there's the PT19 getting restored. And then here's the C-123, which we can go inside of. And this is a much smaller aircraft than the, say, the C-119 and C-82 packet. Because as you could tell, my head is a lot closer to the door. So we can even look up here.
Yeah, I'll get some more pictures.
Overhead panel. Looks super cool in there.
Going backwards.
And then we have,
I'll be right with
that's
you.
the Homecoming when it came here in 2019 on the trailer. I don't remember where from, but somewhere.
Over here, spots here.
And then we can walk right out the back of the C-123, super steep. And then over here is a plane that I really don't know what it is. It's the Scout. That's what it's called, because it says it all around. It kind of looks like a parachuting plane. Kinda, to me, looks like a boxy Twin Otter. Like, it's very box-like. And then the nose, if you just look at the nose, kind of looks like a twin otter. And then over here we have the Fairchild RC-26B. This plane is actually pretty awesome. It's a reconnaissance plane. As you can tell, we got the huge camera right there. The huge propeller for this skinny plane. Also, I've always noticed that the nose is pretty small. Don't know why, but kind of grape. And then it's overall just kind of skinny. And then these are the stairs. They obviously connect right in here. And then this is pretty cool. You got some signatures. And then that right there, the Texas Recon patch or sticker. I actually have that, the real patch. And then over here we have the signatures of the guys. And then we also have the DC-3. Oh, and a Fairchild PT-26 Cornell. And a missile.
Want to show me? You literally did everything else.
Okay, now this DC-3 is actually a C-47 Skytrain, but it is a DC-3 Yukon Sourdough. We've seen this plane multiple times, and we can go up into this thing as well. Now this thing is very nice little beautiful wall. I don't know why I'm obsessing so much over a wall. And then right here we have the wing view of the DC-3. Oh, and there's also a Piper Cub, and then that plane was owned by Howard Hughes, which made all the Hughes aircraft, and also made or owned TWA. You might know that airlines. And then there's the engine. And I right now have this whole DC-3 currently to myself. So and someone's about to come up in here, so we'll just get to the cockpit. Yep, they just entered. But this is the DC-3 cockpit. Very amazing. Very old style, which I really like. And we even got pens over there. And then if I take my camera off, we can look outside the engine to the DC-3, or look outside the window to the DC-3 engine. And then over here, an even clearer view. And then we can walk right back down the DC-3 or C-47, and boom. Cessna Corvallis 400. Oh, are they gonna do? I think they're gonna do a water salute. Look.
Sure, you can go ask your guy.
Should I be? Can I do that?
What?
Go ask if they're gonna.
Like your photographer guy?
Look at this. They're testing the water salute for the A-10 Warthog that will be coming in shortly. That is so cool. Now we got a Cessna Citation landing. Dang, he's sideways.
Huh? Citation.
Here he comes, touching down.
There's
The names are coming behind them.
Bro, okay. Now we got a Beechcraft V35 Bonanza taxiing in.
Grab your hands.
Look at that.
Yep, it is.
Someone important.
That might be
Mooney M20 bouncing while taxiing in. Oh wow. Planes in formation. They're coming in. They have a crazy approach.
12 minutes. 8 times coming in around 12 minutes. Or 12 minutes.
Look at that.
Into a flyover.
Is it gonna no.
What is that?
What is what?
It's like drifting. It's like
The approach? Yeah, that's a
No, it's landing.
that is a crazy approach. Look at the one in the back as well. Doing it there. Maybe they're gonna taxi by. Here comes one of them. Oh wow. He's literally flying slideways.
Slideways. You can always go back.
And the first landing is down.
Come down. That's cool. That's cool.
And now the other A10 or the I actually don't even know what these are, so
I think I've seen that one.
lip butter.
I've seen that one. I have a picture of it on this camera.
And there's two of them.
I actually have the SD card. I'll show you because I don't want the battery to die.
Pretty awesome. Coming straight at us. Says High Country Explorer. And then we got this one. American.
I like this picture.
Give me a wave. Bro, come on. Piper Cub coming in. Touchdown. Come on.
What happened to a door? You lost the door along the way.
No, it's supposed to, you can open it.
Oh.
That is the door.
That's not on plate radar. Here comes, I believe, what is a Beechcraft Huron.
It's up there.
Here comes the Beechcraft. Actually, no, that just looks like a Beechcraft. Regular, good old Beechcraft. Not a C12 Huron. That's loud. Ooh. Touchdown. It's got like a cream color on it. That's cool. Yep, that's just a regular Beechcraft. Got Cessna taking off on this short runway. Look at him go. Wing wave. The A-10 coming in for a flyby. Here it goes, here it goes.
Now, film it. Click it. Click it, Memo. My God. Click it.
Wow!
Here comes the 8-10 for landing.
A-10 coming in for a
Final
landing.
Ever.
Oh, nope, nope. Gears up. Here comes for another pass.
Yeah, he's doing 2 passes, and then the third one he's coming in for the landing. If he were
There's 3 passes.
2 and then landing.
So this is the last pass.
Here he comes, in for another pass. Gears are up. Another pass coming in.
There is another pass going on with the 8-10 Warthog. Here he comes.
Coming in hot this time. The A-10
Here
from the
it
left.
is, coming in hot. Sorry for the shaking hands. I'm really shaking right now. Here it is with the wing wave, I'm pretty sure. Here it comes for its final landing.
Final landing from a Maryland
Ever.
Air
This is
Guard
final
A-10 ever. About
go.
to happen right now. And here it comes.
There it is. Wow.
The A-10 Warthog is now taxiing in for the water salute. Hopefully he puts that canopy down.
Here comes the A-10 for its final resting place.
Here we go, the A-10 water salute. on the engines.
I mean, every pylon and all the racks.
Oh yeah.
Major and ground crew. We're going to get the other pilots of the squadron that recently made Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria. I think the cool factor just hit 150%.
Nice job, everybody! There you go. Yeah! And more in there. Can I take it for a spin?
Pilots stick around all these folks that built this plane, worked here in this factory. Give a round of applause all the folks who are employees. Manual inspection, every wire and everything. To see if we can get where we're heading. Go back into harm's way. But right now it's ours. Paperwork and things up for these guys. They're making the ejection seat safer. There's a process.
I wouldn't mind the gun. Somebody breaks in the house. It's like, yeah. I'm going to put a bullet through you or round through you, and it's going to go through that Russian tank right behind you. We checked the hats on the
Explaining it right now, the real well, the nose, real well. The date, his name. Don't misspell your name.
We were here the other week when he came through.
It's a historical moment when
I thought this one came through last Saturday around noon. I forgot about it.
No, I wasn't out here then. I missed that one.
If you had been a pilot, let's see, Rob Schneiders here, he was an A-10 pilot. If you were a pilot in the A-10, would you please make your way to the aircraft? The Air Force is telling me they'd like to have your picture next to that A-10. So, we'll produce your crowd over. And let's get the rest of the gang. I know Rob Schneiders, an A-10 pilot, Cunningham, you're here, Frank Cunningham. Other A-10 pilots, would you make your way up to the A-10? Chief Tech Sergeant Rodriguez is signing the banner for the last time. Let's give him a round of applause. After this photo, active duty camp in the A-10. These planes wouldn't fly without their ground crew and without their mechanics. So here's all the pilots that have flown from the A-10 in history.
Hey guys, excuse me. Sorry. Thank you.
Somebody said he